I took a trade last Friday, which I'll be breaking down in this video, and this trade made me $5,200 on an ACG 200K funded account. Now, the first thing I want to do before I get into the breakdown is show you guys the proof of me actually taking this trade, because so many people will say they take trades, but they end up taking it on a demo account and they don't even take it on a funded account, or they don't even take the trade in the first place. But as you guys can see right here, okay, right there, you can see $5,000, and I literally haven't changed anything. Just gonna go right here, show you guys the ACG 200K funded account. So as you guys can see, I took the trade, and actually also I took it as well on a funded X challenge account. So as you guys will see right here, for some reason it doesn't show up, but as you guys can see, those two trades at the bottom are the same trade that I'll be breaking down today. And as you can see on that challenge account, it made me like 5,000, actually no, it made me $1,700. So yeah guys, very, very good trade, and I'm gonna break it down right now. So let's go. Now guys, right here on the charts is the daily time frame on GBP USD, and what I'll be doing is breaking down the higher time frame first, which will then help you understand why I was looking for buys on Friday, not looking for sells. And this is one of the most important things in trading, because if you don't know the higher time frame, then unfortunately you're not going to be a successful trader. So the first thing we can see right here, if I get rid of this, you can see right here that price was coming down towards this weekly fair value gap right here, and as you can see, it ended up rejecting from it really, really nicely right here. So once I saw price was rejecting from this level, which is a lot more clear by the way on the daily time frame, so as you can see right here on Thursday, we had a very, very nice rejection from this level right here. That is when I started to consider looking for buys. Now, in addition to us rejecting amazingly from that weekly fair value gap, you can also see here on the 4-hour time frame that we took out so much liquidity from this trend line right here, because we had lows right here, which we took out. We had lows as well right here that we took out. And basically we grabbed so much liquidity, and then we tapped into this weekly fair value gap, and then we had an amazing rejection. And we also had right here a fair value gap to fill to the upside. It gave me so much reasoning for price to go higher on a Friday. And that's basically why I was looking for buys on Friday. And as you guys will see, the trade obviously won, but it won because of my higher time frame analysis, which led me to know where I want to take the trade towards. And as a result, the trade won. So let's now go into the breakdown of this trade. Oh yeah, and by the way, before I go into the breakdown of this trade, I'm gonna play a quick video of the recording of the live trading call that I did with my community on Friday, where I called out this trade live with them, and a lot of people inside the community took this trade, and a few of them actually passed funded account challenges from this exact trade. So let me play the screen recording right now. That'd be really good. We want to close above these highs here on the 5-minute, and then get an entry around there is good in my opinion, or ideally getting a pullback, because then we'd have this fair value gap sort of here, and then we could look for a pullback down towards this, potentially like that. And this 15-minute is looking really good. Like, there's a very nice buying pressure coming in from that. And DXY reacting to this here, right? So it's looking pretty good. So right here on my charts, this is Friday, and this is the day that I ended up taking the trade. The first thing I do every single day, of course, you guys should probably know by now if you actually watch my channel and take trading seriously, is always draw out your Asia low and your Asia high, okay, which in this case is down there and up here. And all you need to do, the first thing you have to do, is wait for one of those to be swept, okay? But in this case, and this is very, very important, because I'm only looking for buys, the only thing I care about is a sweep of Asia low, okay? Because in that case, that's when I can take buys. But if we take out Asia high, that doesn't really mean anything for me because I'm not looking for sells. So the only thing I care about is waiting for Asia low to get swept. So we can play out price a bit right here. And as you can see, price is coming down to Asia low, and it's around this time right here that I then start to look for where price could possibly react from. So what I do is I go to the hourly time frame, and as you can see right here on the hourly time frame, we had a very, very nice 1 hour demand zone right here, which I'll draw out just like this. And as you can see, it's a very nice demand zone. And why is this? Because as you will see here, we break past these previous highs right here. This is what's known as a break of structure, and then we continue going towards the upside with very, very good buying momentum, which means if price comes back into this demand zone, I would expect us to reverse from it and continue going higher to break past this high up here. And of course, that's what ends up happening. Okay, so let's go back now to the 15-minute time frame and actually understand how I was able to execute and take this trade. So let's do it. So now that price is approaching our demand zone, the first thing I do is drop towards the 5-minute time frame so that I'm actually ready to take the trade on the lower time frame when price comes into our area. So as we'll see right here, price comes now into our demand zone and it actually gives us an amazing reaction, as you can see right here. However, I don't just go ahead and take the trade straight away. The first thing I want to do is wait for a bit more confirmation. So I wait to see if we break past these highs right here. If we can break past these 5-minute highs, then I would consider that a change of character on the 5-minute time frame. And then I would look for a retest and then I'd look to take the trade. So what we do is we wait for the 5-minute candle to close right here. It closes above, or actually I think the next one does. No, that one does. Okay, so it closes above right there, as you can see, and that, guys, is our market structure shift or change of character. It doesn't really matter, you can call it whatever you want. People like to fuss about, oh, is it change of character or is it market structure shift? Doesn't actually matter. It's a change of character, whatever you want to call it. And that there is our confirmation. So now look for a fair value gap on the 5-minute, which you can see is right here. Absolutely perfect. And by the way, I actually call that exact trade as well to my friend Joel, who's also a very good trader. And I'll put up the WhatsApp picture right here. I don't believe he took this trade, but bro, if you're watching this video, you should have took my signal because that would have made you like $5,000. But yeah, then as you can see, we basically wait for price to come into here. We put our stop loss below this low like this, and then we target, of course, Asia high, which is all the way up here. Okay. And that gives us about a 1 to 3. And now, if we play out price, we get tapped into our fair value gap. We reject from it really, really nicely. And one thing I did on this trade, which sometimes I do, is I do take profit. And I took profit once we started to reject from this 5-minute fair value gap right here. And I believe it was actually also a 15. Yeah, so it was also a 15-minute fair value gap as well. Right up here. So price came up into this level eventually, and I decided to close off a little bit of profit. I believe about $1,000 I closed off around this level here, just in case price wanted to reverse from this fair value gap, okay? Which it didn't end up doing, luckily, and it ended up going to my full TP. But just to be safe, sometimes taking partials is also a good idea. So I took a bit of profit around here, and then eventually price ended up consolidating for a while, but it didn't really concern me too much because I knew it would eventually go and smash our take profit, which happened right there. Now guys, I hope you're enjoying the analysis so far, but I wanted to interrupt and make something very, very clear, okay? You may understand the strategy. You may understand the higher time frame. However, if your trading psychology is not good, you're not going to be able to replicate what I just did right here, okay? And trading psychology is probably 80% of trading ability. So in order to become successful, right? Yes, these videos are going to help you. However, you do also need to develop your psychology first. Now I've got a few videos coming out on this in the future, so make sure to be subscribed. But you just need to understand, and that's why I'm making this little video right now, that trading is not just about strategy. So many people, including myself when I started learning how to trade, thought that all you needed to do is learn a strategy. But it's not as simple as that, because if it was, then everybody would be profitable, because learning a strategy is not actually that hard. But it's about developing your mindset to adapt to the market conditions, to be patient, to trust the plan, to not overtrade, to not revenge trade, to not over leverage, right? All of these things come from having good psychology. And if you can't master your psychology, then all of this video is a waste of time because you're not going to be successful. So I just thought I'd throw this in here because that is the most important thing. Let's get right back to the video. Very, very, very nice trade. And this is actually really, really similar to the only other trade I've taken in the last probably 2 weeks. And that was it was 2 weeks ago on a Thursday. I took a very, very similar position, okay? And that actually means, by the way, guys, that I've got a 100% win rate for the last 3 weeks because I took a $5,000 trade just then, And then I didn't trade the week before, but the week before, I took that trade, and that was the only trade I've taken. So 100% win rate in the last basically 3 weeks, which is absolutely insane. And by the way, guys, I've got a breakdown of that exact trade as well, which is gonna be right here up on the screen. So make sure to watch that one after. And yes, I proved the entire thing was on a live funded account. So yeah, I'm just trying to find that trade right now. Where actually was it? Thursday, the 5th of June. I think it must have been the week before that, maybe. I'm struggling to find it here, guys. But I obviously did take it because I've got a YouTube video on it. Oh, it might have been this one. I think it was this one right here. It might have been this trade right here. I think it was a long from this 15-minute fair value gap, okay? And then the entry was somewhere like this. Stop loss below the low, target Asia high. Yeah, that was the trade. And as you guys can see, TPs were hit, okay? So the strategy works, and all you need to do is just follow the strategy. But you also need to make sure that you have a very, very good understanding of higher time frame, because there's Asia sweeps, as you can see, every single day. Asia high swept here, but there was no trade, and if you took this trade here, you probably lost. Same thing right here. Asia low swept here, and it actually did end up winning, but I didn't take this trade here because it was against my higher time frame bias at the time, okay? I only knew to take buys here once I could see we were rejecting from this fair value gap on the weekly time frame there, okay? Until that point, I didn't know if we were gonna reject from it, so I didn't wanna take buys. And then on Friday, we did reject from it, and then I took buys. So yeah. Now, before I wrap up the video, I want to quickly go over my private community, Trading Edge Mastery, and explain to you and actually show you what's inside of here, because there's so many gems, and I call out every single trade that I take to my community so that not only do I eat and I make money, but they make money as well. So as you can see, the Friday trade, I called it out right here, and you can see it actually at the top. I was on the live trading call and I called it out, and then after, all TPs were hit. Now, I called out this trade here on Thursday. I didn't end up taking it, and the community knew that. I called out this one here on Wednesday. I don't believe we took this one either, because it was a very, very valid trade, but we didn't end up taking it, so that's fine. But as you guys will see, if I keep on scrolling up, we had a win on Thursday, the 12th of June. So as you can see right here, I called out this position, and if we go to here, it ended up winning. And there's countless other winning trades I've sent in as well in the last month. As you can see right here, this is from the 21st of May. I took this trade before actually as well, and that one won. And then here on the 21st of May, I sent in this trade idea before it even happened. And then as you can see right here, afterwards, TPs was mashed. So that's just a little glimpse into my trading community. And also, let me just quickly show you the win section, okay? Because this is where it gets crazy. There's wins all the time. Morgan has been inside of this community, I think, for maybe 2 months, and he's already gone ahead and passed his first ever funded account. So that's amazing. That's the trade that I took on Thursday. We've got some other people taking the same trade as me, which is amazing. And yeah, man, it's just great stuff to see. I love seeing the wins inside of here. And every single day, we've just got more and more wins. So if you're looking to join, the link will be somewhere below. I hope to see you guys inside. And I hope you guys enjoyed this trade breakdown. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.